Keep struggling. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 111 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and are you struggling at the moment? Do you feel like you are a bit trapped in your environment? Be it a city, a job, your career overall, maybe you're still in school, but you're not really satisfied with the things that you're doing. And you keep telling yourself, I hate this is not good, and most importantly, I cannot do anything with this. Well, I'm here to tell you that this might be actually your luckiest moment ever, and there is a very good reason why. Before we start, if you like the concept of the Shower Podcast, feel free to leave a like and also subscribe. A lot of you watching are not subscribed. Unfortunately for you, YouTube Analytics tells me. So if you like the idea, it's really one click, but it really helps a lot the channel and the visibility of the content. So let's get back to you. Why do I think this is your luckiest moment? Because of a concept of stored energy. Now, there isn't an actual definition. This is something that, let's say, I invented myself, but I've been living it on my own, and it had the results that I'm going to tell you about now. So I really believe that there is some truth to it. For sure, there are smarter people that have studied this, that have an actual definition for it, but I'm here more to share the normal ideas that you might also have, but again, you might need somebody that tells you in a different way to truly realize it. This is inspired of a question that was asked during a podcast to Italian philosopher, I would say, that we could define him like this. And he was asking him that he was struggling with his, current career, because the city in which he was living, even though gave him the opportunity that he might have wanted, he feels like he's not really able to utilize his potential and the things that he's capable to do. And the response was that, overall, nowadays, if you do have the skills and if you are willing to put yourself at play, you have the possibility of basically doing anything. You can change city, you can change career, you can change environment, you can change continent. You can do pretty much anything. Of course, there are a lot of limitations to this, but if you are in a position of power, so if you actually, do have skills that can be used and are overall recognized, not only from a diploma or university degree, but overall things that people care about, skills that other people are willing to pay or to consider you when they need to do something, you are in a good position. The catch is that we are not willing to look for those things because where we are, things are actually going great. It's the phrase that you usually hear is that you are living in your comfort zone. You are staying in your bubble. You know the things that will happen. Everything is pretty much predictable. And overall, you are satisfied with things. And that is a danger zone because, as I said, nothing is happening. And, even more importantly, you are not storing any energy. All the things that you do just go by. There is no place of struggle, of frustration. There is no friction in your day-to-day activities. And that's where I want you to realize why now that you're struggling, you might have the answer in your hands. By struggling, by not being satisfied with the things that are around you, you are building this friction between yourself and the environment around you. And the more you do it, the more this frustration grows bigger, the more this friction creates, emotions, and ideas in your mind, because again, those things just don't happen overnight. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're satisfied, you're satisfied. Be it for good reasons or bad reasons, this is a completely different topic. But overall, if there is no friction, there is no critical thinking. Whereas, if you struggle, you are accumulating and growing this stored energy. The interesting bit is that once you have enough stored energy, and this is not only represented as frustration, when you say, I've had enough, I want to change everything. It's not about that. It's the condition in which this stored energy, you can see it as power. Specifically, the power to take a leap. You might have heard a lot of times the saying, take a leap of faith. Now, you can have faith and believe in stuff, but I do believe it's way better if you have something you can rely upon. And the specific thing that you might want to use when making this leap, when wanting to make a change, is your stored energy. The more you have, the more you're able to make a bigger leap into the future, because truly you've had enough. But more importantly, as I often say here, is that you know now what you don't like. You know what you're looking for. And specifically, you are willing to use that stored energy to go back to zero in the hope and, with the clear idea that things will be different. Because now you know what you don't like, you know what it was not working, and through struggle, you are able to better yourself. You are able to find the things that you were missing in order to reach the things that would make you happy, or at least were on your, let's say, goal list. But again, you are able to do this only because of that friction, only because you were struggling. And that's why I say, right now, if you feel like your stored energy is still not there, if you're still not sure that making the leap, making the change is the things that you need, keep struggling. Keep on doing the thing that you're doing in order to reach that tipping point. Because once you will be, let's say, at the end of your struggle, at the end of this road, and you will see this gap in front of you, you will be able to understand, do I have what it's needed to make the jump? Have I built enough strength? Have I built enough confidence in myself to make the leap? If the answer is no, go back, keep struggling, rinse and repeat until you're good to go. And the beautiful part is that this is not all meant to take the leap. And that's where I want to, let's say, reach the consideration of today. The goal is not to make the leap. That is the idea that you had in mind when you started training, when you started being better. But after a few rounds, when you reach again this gap, you look and you're not ready. And it happens again, maybe at the third or fourth time, you'd be like, you know what? Actually, there is no need to take the leap. Because through the process of struggle and through the process of creating this friction, you are able to reach a new point that you didn't even realize that was possible, that is bringing you to create and have created your comfort zone, but now in a healthy way. Because the key difference is that it was not just something that happened around you, but it was you, through your stored energy, that you made it happen. And to be honest, this is the most desirable thing, because at the end, it's not about changing. It's not about finding something new or seeking that. But it's just about making things right where you are. If that place is in the present, fantastic. If it's in the future, go chase it. But in the end, you should always reflect on what you need right now. Do you want to keep struggling, or are you happy with what you have? That is something that I will leave for you. Today, this was enough for episode 111 of the Shower Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. If you like the episode, feel free to leave a like, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, also, there's the possibility of leaving a review. Having said that, thank you very much again. And until the next one, stay consistent, stay resilient, and see you at the next one.